Hello, my name is Andy Parker, and today I want to tell you how I came to know Jesus. So, I wasn't brought up in a Christian home. I wasn't brought up in a home where my parents and my sisters uh, had any religious faith, any Christian faith. And I was born in Germany because my father was in the British Army and he traveled around a lot. He was posted to different places. Every 2 years in the British Army, you get moved to a new place, a new country. So I had quite a happy childhood. I got three younger sisters. And so, yes, we were an army family. When I was 11, I took an exam. I passed the 11 plus and I got into a boarding school. So because traveling around and going to changing schools every 2 years is not good for your education. So I went to boarding school in school called Dauntsey's in Wiltshire, and I made some good friends there. So during term time, I stayed at the school 3 times a year at the holidays, summer, winter, and Easter holidays. I'd go and back to my parents and my sisters. Now, I say we had no religious faith in our family, but quite early on in my life, I did begin to wonder about things, and particularly the reality as you get older, the reality of death became quite a big thing for me, and I was quite concerned about that early in my life, as many people maybe are, and it got me thinking. I was in quite a good school, and we had a biology teacher, we had other teachers, and they're telling us about everything that science explained. Of course, we know where we came from. That's explained by evolution, and we know where the world came from, the universe came from. That's explained by the Big Bang theory, and yes, there are no mysteries anymore because science has answered all those questions. And yet, there was a question in me. And is there more to life? Is death really the end? It makes a life on earth a rather bleak prospect if you live few short years and then you die. And I remember once at home, I thought about, is there eternal life? Is there God? I spoke to the ceiling and I said, God, if you're there, I'd really like to know you, to know that there's hope for life beyond death. So in my group of friends at school, we talked about things. We had a good friendship there, and a vicar's son joined our group of friends, and he had some little leaflets, and he was sort of talking to us about God and about the Christian faith and about Jesus. And outwardly, I didn't really want to sort of show too much of an interest because that wouldn't be cool. It's not cool to be religious in school. But yeah, he spoke with conviction about the reality of judgment, that God would judge each one of us, and that we would either go to heaven or to hell. We needed to get right with God, needed to repair that relationship with God in this life through Christ. And yes, so as a group of friends, we tended to mock him a little bit and make a joke of it. But inside, the cogs were whirring in my mind, and I was beginning to think, yeah, is it? He seems to speak with conviction. He knows what he's talking about. Maybe God is real, and this vicar's son Mark can help me to know God. So this was happening, and my father and my parents my father was posted to America, so my family were in America. So I went home for the summer holiday to my parents' house in America, still thinking about these things. And in our house in America, there's a coffee table like this. And one day on the coffee table, I saw a Bible, and that just, to me, that looked out of place. That was a bit weird, having a Bible on the coffee table. I don't know of anybody in our family who read the Bible. I'll say I was any religious at all. So I asked my mother, I said, Mum, what's that Bible doing on the coffee table? And my mother said, oh, Andy, I've just become a Christian. And I said, oh, I was thinking of becoming a Christian too. And so God had been working in my mother's heart and my heart at the same time. She was in America and I was in England. And so over that summer holiday, I went to church, I met some Christians, prayed with people, and somehow God just became real to me. And I just sensed he was there. And God, yeah, it's difficult to explain. In the Bible calls it being born again. It's just that spiritual connection with God. There's a spiritual life of God came into me, and I just knew God was real, and I could talk to him, and I could hear his voice. And that has been my experience ever since, that God is real. And I went back to school at the end of the holiday, and I told my friends, and I told Mark, the vicar's son, and yeah, we just started to have fellowship together. And then it's just amazing. Some of my other friends also were impacted by what Mark was saying, and together we had a little group of Christians, new Christians together. We're reading the Bible, praying together, seeking God together, and that really kick-started my Christian life. And I believe all my friends from that time, they're all continued to have a strong Christian faith. One of them became a Church of England vicar, another became a missionary. And yes, so God really worked in our lives. And I'm still as excited about being a Christian and knowing Jesus today, many years later, but 40 years later, that as I was then. And I just want to encourage you that God is there, he is real. And through Jesus, you can know him. God doesn't come to those who want to come to him with their mind. He wants your heart. And but you have to come with an openness, and you have to come willing to turn away from your own way and to put your trust in Jesus and to go his way, to come under his authority, recognize that God is God. And we have to acknowledge he is higher than us, and we have to live in accordance with his word, in accordance with his truth. We have to turn away from our own way and choose to put our trust in Jesus and follow him. But it's the best life. Do you know Jesus? I hope that you do. Thank you for listening.